A belt and a block, those are always nice to have handy, but nothing is required. And then let's start seated, and I'll hit the mute for everybody. We'll start seated in whatever upright position works for your body today. And sit tall, close the eyes if you like. Let the breath flow in, let the breath flow out. Take a moment to welcome yourself into this space. Feel the ground beneath you. Feel the air on your skin. Feel the gentle rhythm of the breath. Send your roots down deep, as if through whatever you're sitting on, you could connect and root down through your mat, your props, the floor, and connect with the earth. And that this connection with the earth can serve you like it does the plants growing around us, that it helps us to ground. It gives us some stability and structural support. It's a way that we can draw nourishment and nutrients. And these special energetic roots also have the capacity to release anything that might feel stuck or gunky, to release them down, letting go of what might not serve us right now, but what can be fertilizer for things to grow. And drawing in, and if there's a sense, either a physical sense or a word that comes to mind, or a felt sense of what you would like to invite in, go ahead and invite that in. You can also leave the space open and let whatever bubbles up, bubble up. And as you breathe here, seated, imagine that nourishment coming up through your roots right along the spine, like it's moving up the stem or the trunk of a plant, all the way up the length of the spine, to the top of the pelvis, to the low back, to the whole area along the back of the rib cage, to the nape of the neck, and all the way up to the crown of your head. And imagine that flow moving downwards as well. So there's this radiant connection along the entire length of your spine, moving both upwards as you draw in whatever the earth is giving you today. And it moves downwards as you release anything that the body, whether it's the emotional body, the physical body, the energetic body, whatever your container wants to release in this moment. So that we can make room for being present in the here and now, being present with all that surrounds us right now, being present with those that we care about. Being present for the world. And when you're ready, lower the chin toward the chest and take slow nodding movements. A slow yes. No need to move into your full range of motion. We're very gently and gradually warming up these muscles. Come to neutral, to center, and side to side, turning the head, looking over one shoulder. Stay nice and tall as you change sides. Nice and tall as you go to each side one more time. Back to center and a side tilt. Again, no need to push, no need to go to your end range. Back to center, other ear toward the shoulder. Exploring one more trip to each side. Easing in, easing in. And as you return to center, now we'll add a little bit of effort and resistance. Place your right hand, I like the heel of the hand right about the temple. Place your hand where it works for you. Connect to your roots, lengthen the crown of your head upward. Keep all that beautiful length in your spine. And as you exhale, resist. The head presses into the hand into the head. Inhale, relax the effort. Exhale, once again, engage, resist. And inhale, relax the effort one more time. Exhale, resisting. Inhale, relax the effort. Release that arm, change sides. Grow tall first. And on an exhale, resist. Inhale, relax the effort. Exhale, resist. Inhale, relax the effort. Last time, resist. Inhale, relax the effort. Release the hands. And now tilt the right ear down toward the shoulder. So some of the same movements we did we're repeating, but now with a little extra something. Left hand on the side of the head, left hand on the left temple-ish, and we'll resist. Right ear goes all the way down to the right shoulder to start, and we'll come up and over to the side. Again, if you have neck stuff, go just to where it feels appropriate for you. Resisting, moving steadily to upright, and then over toward the other side as much as feels right for you. Leave the head on this side as the hands change. Now the right hand is on the head. And we go up slowly. Take your time because we're only doing one in each direction. Enjoy, experience all the goodness of it. And then with no hands, bring your head to upright. Sit tall, look over your right shoulder. Left hand on the head for resistance. Nice and tall, slowly. Again, we'll just do one in each direction. The head comes to center and then looking in the other direction. Keep as long and tall as you can. Release the hand, change hands. Stay nice and tall. Slowly, slowly, slowly over to the other side. And release. With no hands, bring the head back to center. And bring the chin down toward the chest. One or both hands at the back of the head, providing again the amount of resistance that feels right for your body today. Slowly bring the head to upright. So the head has the advantage as you come up, bringing the chin up as high as it wants to go. And then the hands have the advantage on the way back. Slowly, and take your time. And this one we'll do twice. So we'll do one more backward and forward. Slowly on the way up, allowing a gentle curve in the back of the neck. And slowly bringing the chin to the chest with resistance the whole way. Release the hands completely with no resistance. Bring the head to upright. One last direction of movement, left nose, like you have two noses. Nose toward your left armpit. And right hand on the head in that side temple position again. And we'll look up at the diagonal, so you'll be going steadily up and right with resistance. Breathe as you move until you're looking way up high and way out to the right side of the room. Leave your head there, switch hands. And now the head comes back down toward the armpit. With resistance, again, you decide how much resistance and how far to move. With no resistance, bring the head to upright and then nose to the right armpit. Left hand on the head. Up and left is our first movement. Take your time because we do this only once each way. Once you're up and left, then switch hands. And slowly come back down and right. Release the hands completely. Bring the head to upright and roll your shoulders. Now let's add the arms out to the sides. Bend your elbows and bring your fingertips to your shoulders. Make elbow circles and feel the way your shoulder blades are moving. Of course, the shoulders will move, but invite the shoulder blades to really do this on your back and then go the other way. So you can feel they squeeze together at some points and they separate. They'll squeeze together when your elbows go back. The shoulder blades, let them really spread wide as the elbows go forward. And when you're ready, release the arms down. Take the right hand off to the side and the left hand behind the head. Now the hand can be wherever you want it, the one that's down low. As you bring the left hand to the head, reach the left elbow to the sky, and root down, especially into the left side of your seat, giving yourself ample space on the left side of the body. Breathe in between the ribs on the left side. Now, if you like, reach your top arm up and over, adding to that long arc of the body. Check in with the bottom hand. If there's a lot of weight on the bottom hand, anchor your seat and zip up your belly a little extra. Add a bit of structural containment in your core. And if you wish, add some turning, some tilting. You can rotate the chest and shoulders, the head and neck, the arms, the elbows. You get to decide how much movement feels nice here. When you're ready, come all the way up, release, change hands. Same thing over here. Left hand to the side, right hand behind the head. And first get length. Root down into the right side of your seat. Lengthen up with the right elbow and send your breath to widen the ribs on this side. When you're ready, or if you choose, reach the top arm up and over. You can always ignore any instructions you wish to if it doesn't feel right in your body today. Take care of yourself. That's really why we're doing the practice. It's not to get ready for, our future Instagram influencer job. Add turning and tilting and rolling, any kind of movement this side would like to explore. When you're ready, inhale, come up to center, release, gentle rolling of the shoulders when you come back to center. Reach both arms overhead, inhale, rotate to the right, exhale. Come back to center, inhale, rotate to the left, exhale. Come back to center, inhale, and twist to the right. Exhale, stay there with the arms raised, with the spine really long. Root down. Notice if you're sitting leaning to one side or the other, left or right. Get right up on top of your sitting bones as evenly as possible. Then the arms are free to come down. Maybe the left hand wants to go to the right leg. And the hands are not our sole source of support. They're just helpers here. If you like, look over the right shoulder. Check in with the space across the collarbones and the space across the upper back between the shoulder blades. Can there be spaciousness on both sides, the front and the back? Maybe the shoulders want to settle down a little bit. Maybe they're in a just right position where they are right now. Simply notice. Take your time unwinding. When you're back at center, raise the arms overhead again. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Keep the arms raised. Check in with your foundation. Left side, right side, even out your foundation. Lengthen all the way up through the crown of your head. And keep that work that keeps you lifted and long as the arms come down, so the shoulders don't have to hold the head up. Breathe here. And again, if you like, looking over the shoulder in the direction of the twist. Checking in with the space across the front of the collarbones, as well as across the shoulder blades and upper back. Let both be broad, spacious. Unwind gently. Turn the palms up to the sky. Reach up overhead. Inhale. And as you exhale, the arms come down. Hands go to the legs. Pull the navel in and round your whole spine. Inhale, lift your heart. Let your shoulders melt. Exhale, pull the belly button in, rounding. Inhale, lift the heart. Just like that. When you inhale the next time, come all the way to upright. Start to roll your rib cage around. And now in this rolling movement, feel free to tilt over to one sitting bone and then over to the other sitting bone. Move generously. And if generously doesn't feel good today, then move subtly. Reverse direction. Take a few more circles in this direction. And when you're ready, return to center. Swing your legs out and swing your whole leg. So you're rotating not just the feet and the ankles, but your knees and your thigh bones are going in and out. And let's come on to While seated, bend the knees and bring the feet to the mat or to the floor out in front of you. You can decide how wide to place the legs and feel free to use your fingertips as some support. Rock your knees, windshield wiper style, side to side, and just see, right, if you've got a little like tenderness. I know we had some mention of groin pull today. So just see what feels like it's manageable, bringing movement into the body, but not forcing anything that might feel a little tender. And come on back to center. Bring the feet in. And now let's lie down on the back. Hug the knees into the chest while you're reclining. If you like to have something under your head, a pillow or a folded blanket, have that. And when you're ready, rocking with the head and neck relaxed, feel the support underneath you. Breathing in, breathing out. Take a hand lightly on each knee, and for this movement, the hands aren't so much moving the legs. Think of the knees as moving the hands. So the arms are just resting, the legs are doing the work as the knees circle in opposite directions. Go the other way. Keep the right knee hugged in. Release the left foot down on your mat and slowly slide the leg out to straight, the bottom leg. Breathe while you're here. Now, for my friends, if that felt like, ooh, a little something in the front of the groin, or like for me right now, my hip flexors are especially tight, so I feel it in the front of the thigh. So again, as we've been practicing, no need to force, but notice the sensation. Notice the intensity of the sensation. If it's just a little touch, breathe, suss it out, and notice if the body settles into things, if it feels okay after a few breaths. If not, you can always dial it back a bit more. And take the right knee out to the right and leave it there for a few breaths. The right hand is helping to guide it and support it, but it's not really holding it there. Not much, at least. Bottom leg is really strong, as if you were standing balancing on this foot. Bring the right knee back in. Slowly, gently bring both knees into the chest. And this time, with the knees together, make circles in the air. And again, for today, think of moving with the legs, and the hands are taking a ride on the knees. Reverse direction. Arms and shoulders doing as little as possible. And now keep the left knee hugged in, lower the right foot, and slowly stretch the right leg out long on the mat. Breathing while we're here in neutral. And sometimes you might find like one hip may hug in an awkward way. You can always kind of move it around a little bit and bring it back in. The bottom leg, very engaged, very strong. Left knee goes out to the left. Once again, the most effort is in the straight leg and even in your abs hugging in. And then your knee just goes as far as your knee wants to go with a touch of support from the hand. Feel free to rest your elbow or your upper arm on the mat. And when you're ready, zip up the belly and slowly bring the knee back in. And bring both knees in. Rock a little side to side. Keep both knees hugged in. Take your arms out wide. Our mission here will be to keep both shoulder blades in contact with the mat the whole time. And the knees are going toward each side as if the knees want to reach over toward the arm or the wrist that's on the floor. But pull the belly button in, use your abs, use your obliques here, and then slowly pull the navel to the spine. Slowly, slowly, slowly come back to center. Go over to the other side. Both shoulder blades stay on the mat the whole time. And then pull the belly button back slowly, slowly to center. Just like that. Over to one side and pause when you get there. Hover. And then pull the belly button back and slowly over to the other side. Pull the belly button back. Just like that. Over to one side. Pull the belly button back. Visit each side one last time. Then return to center. And when you do return to center, touch the feet down one at a time. Heel toe the feet mat width or a little bit wider. And take slow, luxurious windshield wipers. And see what your body appreciates right now. Sometimes these feel good if you zip up the belly a bit and press the back of the pelvis and the sacrum into the mat as you go across from one side to the other. Other times it may feel nice to kind of drop into more of the back bend stretchiness or press into the feet. See if there are different ways of moving that your body responds to right now. Visit each side one more time. And as you return to center, bring the feet back in. Bring both knees into the chest. And rock a little side to side. And then take your legs up in the air. The knees can bend to accommodate the hamstrings so that it may be a bit of hamstring stretch, but it need not be a crazy amount of hamstrings. We'll use this position to wake up the lower abdominal muscles. Arms down. The arms can support you, but they're not responsible for the whole movement. We're really trying to get the abs to engage here. So pull the belly button down and scoop your tailbone up and then put it back down again. Again, it need not be a large movement of the legs up and down, but it should be enough that you feel, oh, hey, something is happening. There is some work in my lower abdominal muscles required to make this movement happen. Just like that. Do two more. Then bend the knees generously. Come into happy baby. Start holding the backs of the thighs with the forearms or the hands, drawing the knees gently towards the outer rib cage and armpit area. Rock in a way that might roll the head a little, but the head and the neck are not working hard trying to roll. And come back to center. Place your feet down flat on the mat. And with the feet flat and the feet just about parallel. Now, this is always negotiable in your body. If your body wants to have your legs turned out a bit, that's fine. Start with the feet parallel. Bridge pose. Squeeze the glutes and lift your bum up off the mat, then your low back, then your lowest ribs. Pause when you're lifted, however much your body wants to lift in this first bridge. And then slowly, progressively, bottom ribs, low back, and then let your bum come down. Just like that, lifting in segments. Press the feet. Abs are on, scoop your bum up, low back, lowest ribs. Pause. And then slowly, ribs, low back, and let your bum come down. Just like that. The emphasis is on the quality of the movement and articulating the spine along the way, so that how high we go will just be however high the body wants to go, but the way we get there, oh yeah, that's what helps to strengthen areas that might go along for the ride and not be able to work, because oftentimes the body just does what's quick and efficient and the path of least resistance, right? The areas that are already strong stay strong and they do the work, and the areas that aren't very strong are underutilized unless we change the pace, mindfully invite them to join in. So the next time that you lift, if you'd like to raise the arms overhead, feel free. You can actually, with this next one, put the arms however you like. So I'll show with the arms overhead, but you can do any arm variation that you would like to explore. You don't need like sanctioning from like the yoga council to do it. Make your body comfortable. Make sure your feet are planted firmly, your glutes are active, your abs are working even in this pose for some structural support. But most of all, breathe. Check in with the back of the neck. Back of the neck is nice and long. The chin is toward the chest, but it's not smushed down. And then take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Slowly lowering segment by segment by segment by segment until you're all the way down. When you're all the way down, bring one knee, then both knees into the chest. Your choice, either rock with the knees hugged or rock in happy baby. Go ahead. When you're ready, bring the feet back down flat to the mat. And we'll add a bit of challenge to our bridge pose. So, keep your right foot where it is. Scoot your left foot out so it's further forward, like noticeably further forward, in a way that usually in our regular bridge pose feels like it's all wrong. And proof that there's very little that's just wrong or right in yoga. There are many ways to approach poses. So as we prepare to lift up, the emphasis is on the right foot being the anchor and keeping the pelvis as level as you can, like we came up before. Press into the right foot. The left foot is as light as possible. Pelvis comes up both sides. Breathe while you're here. If your body has some kind of spaz about it, if some muscles spaz out, you can always come down, take a moment, stretch a leg out, move a foot, whatever you need to do. I was dancing around in here barefoot over the weekend, and my calves are having freakouts about lots of things right now. So whatever you feel in your body, take care of yourself. Come back down. Let's go up again. Same foot, same offset foot, same side. Press into the right foot, lift up. Now this time, if you can do the same thing we just did. If you want to add more challenge while you're lifted, keep the thighs even with each other, but extend the left foot. Yeah, that's it. And then bring the foot lightly back down, still in that offset position, and slowly lower. Nice. Last time on this side. Same thing. Press the foot down. Lift up. Keep the pelvis as level as you can. And again, stay here or lift the foot. Thighs stay even. Now, if you want extra challenge, keep the foot lifted as you come down using only, oh, hello, the right leg. And then once you're all the way down, place the foot down. Take a deep breath in and through the mouth, let it go. Raise the feet up in the air for a moment and take a moment to do swirly movements in the air, enough that your hamstrings get a little moment of stretch, that the hips are in a different position. Maybe you'll rock, maybe you'll separate the legs. This is really just to get the backs of the legs a little longer before we go to the other side and ask them to contract. When you're ready, place the feet down flat on the mat, starting in normal bridge pose, but now the other leg scooches forward. The right leg scooches out, unless you found that you already did that side. And press down into the anchoring foot. Pelvis stays as level as possible. Pause there. Now I find for me, on one side, my pelvis stays level pretty manageably. And on the other side, it's like the one side of the pelvis, like, what, you want me to go somewhere? Slowly lower down. So just see what it's like for you. Maybe this side feels different than the other side. When you're ready, press into your anchoring foot. Zip up the belly, squeeze the glutes. Once you're lifted, again, if you like, extend the leg. The thighs will stay at the same level. So we're not trying to lift the foot to the ceiling. We're just making a long leg extending in the same line as our bridge pose. Yeah, that's it. Slowly, lightly touch the foot back down and come down with most of the pressure on that anchoring leg. Breathe. Last time. Press down, zip up the belly, peel yourself up. Stay there or extend the leg. Pause and breathe. And then if you want the extra, you can leave the leg extended as you lower using just the anchoring leg support. Once you're all the way down, go ahead and place the feet flat. Bring one knee into the chest. Bring both knees into the chest. Rock side to side. And hands on the knees this time. Little different approach. Use the hands more actively. And let the knees relax and the thigh muscles relax as the hands give a bit more guidance. Knees circle the other way now. And touch the left foot down. Stretch it all the way out on the mat. Right knee hugs in. Now this time, keep the left hand on the bent knee. Reach the other arm out to the side and rock a little bit. Now, if it feels better for your body, you can scooch your hips over to the right a little bit. Sometimes that makes this spinal twist feel more comfortable. And when you're ready, bring the knee across the body, a gentle spinal twist. While you're here, keep reaching long into the bottom leg. It will rotate. In fact, the whole lower body is rotating. The right shoulder blade might lift up, that's fine. See how long you can be from your belly button all the way down to the sole of the foot on your straight leg. Relax your shoulders. Let your neck be long, but in a more relaxed way. On an exhale, return to center. Bring the feet in, feet flat on the mat. Scooch the hips back to center. Maybe, well, don't scooch anywhere just yet. Let's switch sides first. Bring the left knee in and stretch the right leg out long. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. And then right hand stays on the knee, left arm relaxes on the floor. Rock yourself gently. Again, you might scoot your hips to the left a little bit and see how that feels for your twist. It may feel nice to rock a bit before going in and staying. You may rock over and right away linger in the twist. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, unwind yourself, scooch back to center, bring the knees in, rock all the way over to one side, use your hands, press up slowly, and swing your legs around in tabletop. As you come to your tabletop, lift the navel and round the spine. Inhale, lift the heart. Move slowly, move gently. Now roll your ribs and your shoulders and your hips around. The elbows can bend. Go the other way. Return to center. Take the knees a little wider. Lean the hips back. Reach the arms as far forward as you would like. If it feels good, come up on your fingertips. We're in child's pose with arms outstretched or relaxed. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, sorry about that. I used up all the power in my little battery pack. Here's my learning curve. All right, recharge your battery pack is the message. All right, dive your left hand through from child's pose and come into a little twist from your child's pose. I'm going to turn off some background noise so that you can hear me a little better now that I'm on that general speaker. Breathe while you're here. And when you're ready, unwind and change sides. Dive the other arm through. It's a little bit of a twist. You can rest your shoulder, your head on the mat if you like. If you want, you can bring a blanket or pillow underneath if there's some extra space and it feels better to have support. Take a few more breaths here. Press into the floor and slowly come back up. From here, find your cat-cow movement again along the whole length of your spine. Now, exhale to child's pose. We'll keep moving. Inhale to tabletop. Just that. Exhale, bring the hips back to child's pose. Inhale slowly to tabletop. Just like that. Exhale, pressing into the mat with the hands, gliding back. Inhale to tabletop one more time. Once we're in tabletop, tuck the toes underneath. Zip up the belly a lot and lift the knees 6 or 8 inches off the mat. Then slowly lower down, uncurl the toes, glide back to child's pose. And we'll do that again. Come back to tabletop, tuck the toes under, zip up the belly, press. So it's like we're on the way to down dog, but we're really keeping the knees very bent. Inhale, touch the knees down. Exhale, glide the hips back. We're in child's pose. Inhale, back to tabletop. Tuck the toes underneath. This time, lift the knees way up, the hips way up. We're in a very bent knee down dog. Walk your feet in place. Walking your dog. From here, come up on your tiptoes and slowly, like you're reaching your heels not just down to your mat, but back, toward the back of your mat. And the tops of your legs are reaching back as well. And all of that reaching back is lengthening your spine, giving you a little bit of traction. Negotiate with your spine to see where the head will be. The ears might land in between the upper arms, or they may be a little forward or backward from that. When you're ready, slowly bend the knees. We're going to come down really, really slowly, bending the knees, kind of curling into the fetal position almost. Shifting forward, very lightly touch down. We're in tabletop. And then glide back into child's pose this time. We stay in child's pose with the arms in any relaxed position you like, so that there's no pressure on hands and wrists. Breathing into the low back, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Slowly, gently, make your way back to tabletop. Tuck the toes underneath. Lift the knees and hips, but this time go ahead and walk the feet and the hands closer. Stay low, bending the knees, folding gently over the feet. It might feel nice to hold opposite elbows here. Sway if you want, turn the head if you want, hang still if you want. Most of all, breathe and allow gravity to help lengthen the spine. Breathing in, breathing out. Release the arms, slowly pressing down, rolling up, ragdoll arms and head. When you make your way to standing and upright, roll your shoulders a little. Feet parallel to each other, arms at your sides. Zip up the belly and elongate through the crown of the head. And check to see that the feet are organized, facing the same direction. Send your roots down into the earth, this time through the feet. Elongate upward through the crown of the head, allowing the shoulders to relax. As if your whole body could connect earth and sky. When you're ready, press down. Inhale, circle the arms overhead. Exhale, let the knees bend as you fold forward. Take your time. Stay folded, take a moment. Come halfway up, hands on the fronts of the legs. So you're pressing the hands into the legs to lengthen your spine out forward. Zip up your belly. This should feel, as you're leaning forward, almost precarious. And then come back down. Press down into the feet, slowly come up. Reach overhead on an inhale. Bring the palms to your heart on an exhale. Release the arms. And again, rooting down and reaching up. Exhale, folding down, take your time. Halfway up on an inhale. Back down low on an exhale. Press down, take your time coming up. When you're ready, inhale and reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more time, rooting down, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold down, take your time. Halfway up on an inhale. Right back down on an exhale. Inhale, rise up. Hands to the heart, exhale. Release the arms and roll the shoulders. While you're standing, and if it feels better for balance to have the hand on a wall or on some furniture, place one hand on the wall, bend the left knee, and zip up the belly again. That sense of connecting deep into the earth with the standing leg and elongating the crown of the head upward to the sky. Pick up the knee, make circles. Take your time out to the side. And again, slowly. So we're working with the time under tension. If we do it quickly, we miss the balance challenge and some of the really nice work there is to be found here. Now, same leg, the other direction. Out to the side, take your time, bring it up. You can touch in between circles or not. The choice is yours. It's an added balance challenge to keep the foot up the whole time, of course. And then touch down, shake your legs out. You can do this seated in a chair if you wish. Same idea. So root down now into the other leg. Zip up the belly, long spine, easy shoulders. And take your time, picking up the knee. How high will it go? And then how far out can you draw the knee circle? That's it. Keep going with the slow motion knee circles. You can use the arms in any way that's helpful for your balance, whether there's a hand on support or you're tightrope walking with the arms. Then go the other way. Nice and slow, all the way around, and one more time. Oh, there we go. Shake the legs out. Take your feet wide apart, wider than shoulder width for sure. And if the hamstrings are quite tight, you might place the hands on a chair seat or even a low, like a coffee table or end table, or place your hands on some blocks. You can adjust the height of your blocks so that it suits you. Our mission here is to use that height underneath the hands to have your spine really long. So I'm not trying to get down low but then wind up rounded in the back. I want to get really long with the spine and as close to straight legs as I can. Zipped up belly, neutral spine. Shrug the shoulders down. Now while I'm in this position, using active feet, hugged in legs, zipped up belly, can I lift one hand off the support and touch it down? Can I lift the other hand off the support and touch it down? The support is kind of under the shoulders, kind of under the chest, somewhere in that vicinity. Can I take one hand out to the side, but keep the legs so active that it's not my supporting hand isn't quite doing what a leg would do. Does that make sense? Bring the hand back. And again, zip up the belly, long spine, active feet, and slowly raise the other hand so that it doesn't change much at all in the rest of the pose. And as you're adjusting, your core is compensating more than the standing hand. Place both hands on the support. Let your elbows bend. Let your head drop down any amount. Now if, when you let the head drop down, your hands want to move off your support or they want to hang, take a moment and let the arms relax, the shoulders, the neck, the head. And here again, if You want slowly nod or turn the head, letting gravity lengthen the spine. Keep your legs active, feet pressing, abs zipped up. Slowly walk your hands back to the support. Remember your abdominal muscles and your really long spine. Take your left hand and whatever it's on, move your hand so it's more to your midline. Place your other hand on your hip. Long spine again, active feet again. Twist toward the bent elbow. Yeah. Press into the floor now with your hand, or press into whatever your block or your chair or whatever. Long spine, gentle twist. If you like, raise the top arm. And if the top arm is raised, see how far and wide the arms can be from each other. Take another breath in and gently, gently come back to both hands on your support. Bring the other hand into the middle. Left hand on the hip, long spine. Establish your steady base. Rotate the chest to the left. When you're ready, or if you want, left arm to the sky, right arm down. And again, if the arms are spread out wide, give a little push into your supporting hand that helps lift the other arm in the opposite direction. Spreading, widening, shoulders down away from the ears, legs super active. Breathe. Unwind gently. And once again, let the upper body fold down, relaxing the head, the neck, the jaw, arms wherever they want to be in a not really working position. Let gravity traction your spine. Breathing in, breathing out. Slowly, gently, bring the upper body up a little bit. Bring the hands to the hips. Bend the knees. Zip up the belly a lot. Press into your feet and come up slowly. When your torso is upright, press into your feet again. Circle your arms out wide to the sides. Up overhead, inhale, and then right back out to the sides again. Exhale and release. Bring the feet in. Give the legs a shake. And before we get back down low again, let's do one more thing with the feet out wide. We'll lunge from one side to the other side. At first with the hands wherever they want to be. Bending one knee, straightening the other leg. And then gradually getting a little bit more low down and forward leaning. So maybe the fingers touch the floor on the side of the bent knee. Or maybe they touch the leg that's bending. And if you want extra challenge, keep your hips as low as you can as you go side to side. Come back to center. Now a little different strategy. Take both hands over to the right leg. While the hands are on the right leg, bend the left knee. So before we had the hands going to the bent knee, now the hands stay on the straight leg. So there's a little twist happening here. Come back to center. Take the hands over to the left leg. Bend the right knee. Breathe. Check in with your neck, your jaw, your shoulders. Return to center. As you come back to center, let the head drop down. Place your hands on your hips. Keep the hands on the hips and slowly press into your feet. Zip up your belly. You can bend your knees, that's just fine. Slowly come to upright. Once you're all the way upright, a generous circle out and up on an inhale. Out and down on the exhale. Step the feet together. You can heel toe in. Shake the legs out once you get there. Oh, hello, and thank you. Have a seat on your mat. So let's do a little Paschimottanasana is the name of the pose. Intense stretch of the west side of the body is how it translates from the Sanskrit, which tells you nothing really about the pose. If you've got a belt, grab your belt. It helps us to establish and maintain a nice connection between the arms and the legs, and it also helps us to keep the arms and shoulders in a position where we don't get like scrunched up in the shoulders and the ears. The shoulders come down, you sit tall. Now, this is kind of where the rubber meets the road of truth telling about the hamstrings. If the hamstrings are tight, it will be, the pelvis may feel like it's being pulled back. And you may find your torso leaning backwards some. Get up as tall as you can. And for our purposes today, if when you're sitting up tall, you feel like, oh crap, that is a lot of stretch in the backs of my legs, you are already in the final pose. You're already there. Relax the shoulders. So it's not, once again, we find that it's not about what the outer snapshot of the pose looks like, but what you're feeling, sensing, experiencing on the inside. And so if our purpose in this case is to stretch the west side or the back body, the whole back line of the body is getting a stretch. Now if you're sitting upright and you're like, yeah, my hamstrings aren't really stretching, then great. You'll start to come forward. Keep the heels down, heels plugged in. So the heels are not, in this case, the heels are not allowed to pop up off the mat. And you'll keep lengthening out over the legs at whatever angle gives you some interesting stretch. And for the next few breaths, keep as long a spine as you can. And a sense like your pelvis, your belly button is lifting up out of your pelvis. Your torso is getting longer. Now, if you're holding the belt, relax the belt. Let your toes roll out. Let your legs relax. If you're in that long, straight back position, let yourself fold forward. If you're more upright and you're like, there's nowhere to fold, you might grab some pillows or blankets, or lean on a wall or a chair, or even bend your knees up and make a place to rest your head so that it doesn't feel stressful for your neck or for your low back. The idea is some form of forward bending where you let the body relax and soften into this general shape. Take a few more breaths right where you are. slowly, gently ease your way back to upright. Melt off to the side, lie down on your back. As you lie down, draw the knees in and rock. We might revisit one of the twists we've done today. We did windshield wipers with both knees bent, the feet wide apart. In this case, go over to one side and stay a while. You might do another twist, anything that gives your spine a bit of rotation. You take both legs over to one side. It matters not whether the shoulder blades stay on the mat or not. Feel your way into it and breathe. Check in with the head and the neck. Check in with the jaw, unclenching if needed. Check in with the shoulders. Maybe there's a layer of tension that's ready to peel off right now. Inhaling and exhaling. Take a few more breaths on this side. And as you're ready, slowly, gently change sides. Breathing deeply on this side. Inhaling. Exhaling. Deep breath along the whole, gently spiraling spine. Deep breath in. Gentle breath out. And as you return to center, if there's any other way of moving that your body might appreciate, go ahead and do that now. Let the breath flow in. Let the breath flow out. And when your body is ready to rest in Shavasana, take your rest. You might inhale and squeeze the muscles. Exhale, let it all go. Inhale, squeezing everything. Exhale, letting it all go. The arms and legs, hands and feet rest. Let the back body connect to the earth. Now as if you're plugged into the Mother Nature's recharger, your human battery receiving a charge. There's nothing you need to do to make that happen. Simply be right here, right now. Gently deepen the breath. And slowly roll the head to one side and then to the other side. Move the fingers, toes, wrists, and ankles. Inhale the arms overhead. Take a generous stretch. When you're ready, draw one knee to the chest and then the other knee. Rock gently. Make your way to one side. And let your head and neck relax and be the very last to come up as you slowly press the floor away. And as you come to upright, pause for a moment. Bring the palms together in front of your heart. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lower the chin. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe and at ease. May you see the goodness within you, and may you share that goodness with those around you. Thank you. Namaste.